Hi 607 and 608. We are going to look at calculating the surface area of a triangular prism. So our learning target is I can determine the total surface area of a three-dimensional figure from a net. And the objective today is I can determine the total surface area of a triangular prism from a net. So our important vocabulary: surface area is the sum, which means add it all together, of the areas of all of the faces of a 3D figure. A triangular prism is a prism made up of two congruent triangular faces connected by three rectangular faces. We're going to have to think back to the start of this unit when we were calculating area. What does a triangular prism look like? Here are three examples. Each one looks a little different based on the size of the triangles that are connecting the rectangles, but you can see on either end there is a triangle for two triangular faces, and then there are three rectangular faces. So 3 rectangles, 2 triangles, 5 faces all together. What does the net of a triangular prism look like? It's going to have the 3 rectangles in the middle and 2 triangles on either side. So here, this is in your notes. I'm going to drag it up a little bit so that my face isn't blocking it. This shows the triangular prism being unfolded into a net. This video will also show us that. Ooh. Ah. So when we're calculating the surface area of triangular prisms, we're going to use our net to help us do that, to help us make sure we get the area of each face. So we're then going to calculate the area of each face using the formulas. So for the triangle, we're going to use base times height divided by 2. And then for the rectangular faces, we're going to use length times width. Then we're going to add the areas of all 5 faces together and label our answer as square units. Ms. Maljevic is going to show us an example. She's all the way in Yonkers. I hope she can hear me. Ms. Maljevic!
So let's look at example number 1. So let's look at this triangular prism, which is a 3D figure. Let's identify what the dimensions or the measurements of this triangular prism are. So this would be the base of the triangle, which is 4 centimeters. However, the 4 centimeters will also be the width of the middle triangle. The middle rectangle, I'm sorry. So if you see right here, it's the 4 centimeters is going to be the width of the middle rectangle. This 7 centimeters, the side length, right, that is going to be the widths to the other 2 rectangles that are over here in green. If you see, the length of the rectangle is going to be 12 centimeters. And remember, opposite sides are equal in rectangles. So all of these opposite sides, the length is going to be 12 centimeters. And the height of both triangles is going to be 6 centimeters. So now let's look at face A. Face A is a rectangle, length times width. You're going to substitute the dimensions of 12 and 7, and we're going to get 84 centimeters squared. Let's look at face B. Right here, that's highlighted in red, is the 4 centimeters, right, which is what we established as the base of the triangle. However, it's also the width of this rectangle, which is face B. So 12, because opposite sides are equal, this is 12, and the width is 4. So 12 times 4, and you get 48 centimeters squared. Now let's look at face C. Face C has the same dimensions as face A. The length over here is 12 because opposite sides are equal, and the 7, right, from this part of the side length of the triangle is what the width is of face C's, the width of face A, which is 7 centimeters. And 12 times 7 is 84 centimeters squared. Now let's move on to the triangles, which is face D and face E. We establish that and know that the formula to a triangle is different from the formula to a rectangle. So the formula to a triangle is base, which is 4, and the height, which is 6. We're going to substitute base times height and divide it by 2. So 4 times 6 and divide that by 2. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12 centimeters squared. The same is going to go for face E, which is also the triangle. The base is 4. The height is 6. The formula is area equals base times height divided by 2. We're going to substitute our dimensions or our measurements. The base is 4. The height is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And 24 divided by 2 is 12 centimeters squared. Then if we look over here, we're going to add up 84 from face A, 48 from face B, 84 from face C, face D is 12, and then face E is 12, and we're going to get 240 centimeters squared, and that's the surface area of this rectangular prism.